In 1997, J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and her work was published with only 500 copies at first. However, the book's popularity grew quickly and would later go on to sell 120 million copies worldwide. To this day, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books are still one of the most best-selling books in history. Rowling continued to release the sequel books Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Goblet of Fire before the first book was adapted into a film on November 16th of 2001. Warner Brothers wanted to make J.K. Rowling's books into films. She agreed to a settlement of $1.3 million and the control over who could play which characters. In merchandise, the franchise has made $7.3 million US. I myself have spent £300 on merch alone with hoodies, props, mugs, etc. According to a study conducted on 2,500 people nationwide in America, 51% of Americans follow the Harry Potter fandom. Additionally, the question was asked on what percentage of people have watched Harry Potter. It was found that 18% had watched the films at least 6 times compared to the 61% who hadn't. State your name for the interview, please.
Lauren McMillan.
How did you discover Harry Potter?
When I was younger, my dad used to take me to the cinema whenever Harry Potter came out, and I remember going to see the first 2 films, so The Philosopher's Stone and The Chamber of Secrets. And then, as we grew up and Harry Potter became more of a popular thing, we watched all the movies at the cinema.
What is your favourite Harry Potter film and why?
My favourite Harry Potter film is the second one, so The Chamber of Secrets. I like the moment in it when they discover the chamber and then find out about Tom Riddle's past, and when they find the diary, and then the part when he writes his name and the anagram changes into I am Lord Voldemort. I think that's really cool. And I also like the basilisk and how that kind of moves into the story.
Do you own any Harry Potter merch?
I've actually brought this glass for the interview, so it's just a Gryffindor one, and I got this when I went with my friends to London to the Harry Potter studio, because we're all really big fans, and I really like this glass.
Awesome. Would you recommend Harry Potter to other people?
Yes.
I read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the first time in Year 3 of primary school in England. The librarian had told my aunt about the children's adventure book when I had raced through most of the books that are in there. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was so hard to get a hold of because so many people were reserving it to take out of the library. My aunt had bought it me as a gift because I could not get enough of books, and I really loved the first book so much and quickly went on to read them all. I'd made a rule with myself not to watch the films first before reading the book, even if they were new into the cinema, and that took a whole different level of self-control. I really enjoyed reading the books and watching the films so much. I've read the books several times as well as rewatched the films. My favourite film is The Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets is one of my favourite films because of the magic going on behind the scenes with the 50-foot basilisk and when Harry draws the sword of Gryffindor from the Sorting Hat. It's honestly one of my most favourite scenes in the whole of the series. I love the way Parseltongue was recreated from the book too. It was such a great detail. When I'd read the book, it wasn't what I expected from the film. When Harry had begun speaking Parseltongue, I had a completely different thought process in my head. And the plot of Harry being able to speak Parseltongue because Lord Voldemort could do the same was really mind-boggling, because it had only just been the second film, the second book that I'd read, and there were so many questions. And I think one of my favourite scenes as well has to be the scene where Tom Riddle spells out his full name, which is Tom Marvolo Riddle, and it jumbles into I am Lord Voldemort. I remember the absolute chills I got when I seen that on the film too. It was so good. Fandom impacts everybody differently. As established today, some people overcome grief, some people make friendships. Fandom is a way of life.